Okay. Um, it is currently 8:12 Tuesday, 8:12 a.m. Tuesday morning. I've been up since about 5 a.m. So I got this thing where um I get in bed if I'm not already on the game before like 8. Like, how can I put this? All right, I'm in bed usually by like 9, no later than 10. Like yesterday when I got into bed, it was still light outside. Like literally, I didn't know the sun goes down at 9. Like I went outside to get some out of my car, and it was like 8:50, and it was still bright outside. Like you could still see outside, and I got in bed. The sun started going down, and so I've been up since about 5:30 ish. 5:30 ish. Um, I don't know, my body's just used to that schedule, and the only time I stay up later than that, say I'm on the game, before then I'm in the chat with like my homies and stuff. That's the only time like I'm up later than that. Other than that, I be asleep by like 9, 10, wake up at 5, and now I'm up. Like I was gonna, I still gotta go to work, so I got about 30 minutes to do this before I gotta leave. So yeah, I wake up, and I was just laying in bed. I'm like, I might as well go knock this out because when I come home from work, I got other stuff to do. That's gonna tie in like what I gotta do. I got tied into like, well, I'll discuss that later on in the episode or whatever. Um, but not gonna lie, guys, this is getting tough. Like this weekly stuff is tough. Like it was much easier when I had people here with me. Like they can bring, so I could just bring something up and like conversations transition to other stuff. But me by myself, like I be listening to other stuff with like groups of people, and they constantly bring up how hard it is like doing it by yourself, and I'm like, it's cool doing it by yourself, but this shit is definitely hard. Like I might go to the bi-weekly basis, like enough's not going on. Either I'm not paying attention, or enough's not going on for me to have something to talk about. Like this weekly shit, even though I feel like it been a minute since I recorded, like nothing has happened in the week. But I don't want to go bi-weekly. But I might be forced to. So we'll see. I'll let y'all know by next episode. Next episode should be like a week thing. Shit. The shit might be 10 minutes. I don't know. But, well, next week's, I don't know. Like, as of now, I have nothing. Like, nothing. But yeah, what I want to talk about first, so who do you, like, who do y'all think is the hottest like rappers out right now? Like the hottest two. Like I don't think it's even a debate like who it is. Like well maybe there's some people. But I be at work and like I can talk to my homies at work or whatever. Like our job like we able to talk to each other and like while we do our job or whatever. And a popular conversation that we be having like who's the who's the hottest right now, and it's like it's out of two niggas, and that's like the nigga I just played and Lil Baby and Lil Durk. And I'm like, that is a conversation you can have. Like me, my stance was like, so it's four of us that we talk on the phone while we at work. It's four of us. It's me, another guy. No point in even saying that. Yeah, it's four of us, and two guys. One is heavy on Lil Durk, and one is heavy on Lil Baby. And the guy who's heavy on Lil Baby, he makes it like a landslide. Like Lil Baby is better, and that's the only problem that the Lil Durk fan has. You can say he's better, like you're entitled to your own opinion, but like don't make somebody just a landslide. And I agree with him there. Like, who do I think is better? I really can't say. I hate being the guy that I really can't say. Um, I'm leaning towards Lil Baby, but my argument was that well the Lil Durk nigga was like he don't Lil Baby don't put out enough. Like he's not putting out a lot while while Lil Durk is dropping hella. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good point, but I'm like, here go my point was I was like, Lil Durk is great. Don't get me wrong. Like I like Lil Durk too. He's great. His stand like he drops a lot. It's like quantity with him. It's good. It's good quality. But when Lil Baby drops, he don't drop much. But when he do drop, that shit goes crazy. Like Lil Durk's 8 is equivalent to like Lil Baby's like 3 or 4. Like Lil Durk has some good shit, but it's quantity in his. Like his like they can go 2 for 2. Like they can both pick 2 songs, and Lil Durk shit won't go as hard as Lil Baby's 2. Like, but Lil Durk can bring 8, and Lil Baby brings 4, and you can feel the weight of Lil Baby's 4 compared to Lil Durk's 8, if that makes sense. I just feel like when Lil Baby drops, like his shit is like crazy, like even his features and stuff. Let me play this one feature right quick. See, like that shit there. That was like that shit was nice as fuck. It's not fair because I'm not playing a Lil Durk thing, and I don't even feel like it. Like, all right, just take Durk. Durk blew up. Like Durk was already big, but Durk blew up when he got on that that Drake feature, and like I didn't like that feature. I didn't like that little feature that Drake did. Like it was cool, but I didn't like it. But yeah, I'm not no music connoisseur, music guy by any means. I just want to give my little opinion on that. Oh, and before that, so my girl was like a while back. She came in. She was like, something was on with Lil Baby or Lil Baby. I don't know. Somehow Lil Baby got mentioned. She was like, yeah, they say he the GOAT. He the next one up. I'm like, the fuck? Why the fuck are you saying that? And I'm like, no, I can't see that because like Lil Baby got this one flow that he's like that he found in like, well, I'm not gonna say he found, but he got this one little flow, like not one little flow, like he got this flow and like he's riding the wave of this flow right now. He's going crazy. But I'm like, I don't know if we can just say that just so easily, but now I was so ignorant in saying that this nigga might be he might be the next one, bro. If he's not already that yet now. Like, ever since 2020, that fucking... The pandemic did something to him. COVID did something to that nigga. He wasn't going this crazy. But yeah, that's enough me pole jocking to that nigga. I still fuck with Lil Durk too. I'll probably outro with Lil Durk or whatever. Oh, but yeah. Now that we're in 13 minutes in, this might be your first time, last time, returning. You're here for a reason, whatever the reason that is. I appreciate it. Okay, now where to start exactly? I stopped the little notes or whatever. It just didn't feel natural to me. Like I listened, like the 2 I did like heavy notes on. I listened back to them, and yeah, I didn't like them. Like, no, like it didn't feel natural. Like I noticed in listening back to it, I'm like, this doesn't feel it doesn't sound natural. It's like, like. And like, I just picture myself just keep looking over at the notes. Cause like, I be forgetting, like I said, like, I be forgetting shit when I turn this camera on. Like, if I can get what's in my head to get on this mic, it'll be good. But, we'll see. And it's weird cause like, it's still just me saying my thoughts. Like, I'm in here alone just recording this or whatever. But somehow I still forget. And if I don't forget, this will be a good episode. But I did like little notes, like little bullets of like what I need to talk about, but nothing in depth. So I might forget some shit and regret it later. Shit. Who knows? But yeah, y'all gonna find a new way to scam, huh? Like, so these last few days, it was like the little scam. Let me turn my alarm off before that shit goes off again. One sec. But yeah, Y'all gonna find a new scam, huh? It was like the little DoorDash shit going around, and shit. I guess they thought they was up, and then turns out DoorDash ended up charging them later on. But and then it was around the same time. It was like this Cash App scam. Like you got a Cash App card. Um, you you got a Cash App card. Like you can get like buy shit on the Cash App card, some shit like that. I know someone who tried it. Luckily, he didn't have it. Like they tried to go crazy on Amazon, and luckily they didn't have their card on there. I also know someone. I'm like, well, I told him way later. I'm like, hey, bro. Like he was like, yeah, I just ordered this like 2 MacBooks off Amazon or whatever, and some other shit. I'm like, he like, it said it went through or whatever. I'm like, nigga, do you got your card on there? Like, and he was like, yeah, but it already approved for the Cash App card. I'm like, nigga, you might want to take your card off. And he didn't listen. Turns out the nigga got charged on his card because that Cash App card didn't work. I'm like, see, I told you, nigga. I told you. Niggas ain't playing that, bro. That shit ain't. Y'all got away with that little PPP and SBA shit. I wish I would have got on that shit. Because niggas ain't getting caught for that. Man, bro. I wish I would have got on that. And, yeah, but that's it on that. Question of the day. What do... Alright, say you're out somewhere. And say you in, like, a line finna get something to eat or whatever. And you see someone, like, he's not ordering at the register. Say it's 2 people ahead of him, and you're behind him. If you see him, like, just randomly sniff his fingers, what do you think from that? Like, what is y'all first thought to that? I know me, like, if I see a nigga sniff his fingers, he either dug in his ass, like, scratch his armpit, smell it. Something's nasty coming from that. I don't see niggas just sniffing their fingers without trying to check, like, see if something stink or something like that. And yeah, that's where I'm at on that. That's the little question I had right now, like today or whatever. Oh, I didn't get to tell y'all last week because I ran out of time. So I know I'm not the only one. Anybody who drives or whatever, knows this. Like you can be. I get nervous when cops give it. This is kind of gonna be all over the place, but hey, what's new? I kind of get, well, not kind of. I get fucking very nervous when cops get behind me or whatever. Cause I've been driving since I was like, well, I didn't tell y'all this last week about when everything was just going bad last week. I didn't get to tell y'all because I ran out of time. It was already like 35 minutes or whatever. But I didn't get, well, I've been driving since I was 15. And I didn't get my license till I was 21 or 20 or 21, one of the two. Because I always get pulled over. Not for like any traffic violations or anything like that. Well, I can't say like any traffic violations because I got a ticket. But it was from, like, my first ticket ever was at 15. Like, my dad let me use his car. And my mom was out of town, and I got in the car, just started driving. Didn't turn the lights on or anything like that. And then he was like, hey, it's this busy street that's called Cooper or whatever. Anyone that stays in the area knows, like, Cooper is, like, hot, whatever. I hopped on Cooper and was going somewhere, and the lights wasn't on. Pitch black outside. The lights wasn't on. And he already said he didn't have insurance, so don't get on the main street. I fucking got my ass on the main street, got pulled over, and got a ticket in his car, 2 tickets, no license and no insurance. So that was like, no license like $400, no insurance like, I think $300 to $400 too. So you can do the math on that. And I never paid it, and he constantly kept later on, like down the line, when you don't pay a ticket, you keep getting pulled over, and he kept getting pulled over or whatever, asking about me. I remember one time it got so bad that they came and knocked on the door, and I was in the room asleep. They was like, oh, it's such and such here, we got a warrant for his arrest. And My mom's like, nah, he's not here or whatever. And I'm in the back sleep. And I wake up, she's like, yeah, the police just came by looking for you. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I'm like, okay. And so I never got that handled. And then my dad ended up getting his plate changed so they can stop like pulling him over or whatever. And so now that was out the way, I'm like, whew, all right, I ain't gotta worry about that no more. And then I ended up getting gifted. Mom ended up giving me this raggedy ass Jeep. Like that shit was so raggedy. Like niggas who know me know how raggedy that Jeep was. The defrost didn't work. I always had buckets for cars. Like always. Like my shit never been up to par. Like, and I always end up getting pulled over for that. And I like let's just say like as the years went on from 15 all the way to like 20. Well, 19, 20 ish. Something like 20 years old, something like that. I kept getting tickets for no license, no insurance, no license for insurance. And it was this one day, I want to say it was like New Year's Eve. And this was sucks about being so invested in sports or whatever. So I remember it was like, it was exactly 2018, New Year's going into 2019. And the Ravens was playing the Browns or whatever. That's my favorite team or whatever. And me and my girl went to the movies. And afterwards, she was like, can we go to Michael's to get something? I'm like, I need to get home. But I'm like, all right. And I remember I had this car, like, the tail light always went out. There was like a shortage in it. And we was over there by the mall, and we went to Michael's. We ended up leaving. I think it was Michael's. Yeah, we ended up leaving. Then the cop got behind me. I was turning out the mall, and the cop got behind me. And keep in mind, I'm like, I hope my light is working back there. Cause I got to go back there and, like, tap it, twitch it, unplug it, plug it back in. I'm like, I hope my light is working back there. Cause I got insurance. The camera in my place to see how I don't got insurance. So I'm like, all right, there's no way he pulls me over. So I end up turning out, and he was behind me. And you know when you sitting there for a long time waiting to go at an intersection, they doing something, you just see it. You look in the rearview mirror, you just see him on their damn computer. I'm like, fuck, bro. He running my plates. I should be good. Just hopefully my tail light is working. And so I end up turning. And he turned with me, of course, because he was going the same way. Then I switched lanes. I was just finna turn this around the parking lot. And he switched lanes with me. I looked at her. I'm like, oh, it's over. Sure enough, he hit the lights. I'm like, fuck, bro. What? I'm like, what? And then I pulled over into this parking lot. And then he came, he was like, license and insurance or whatever they asked for. I'm like, what you pulled me over for? He was like, I'll tell you that in a minute. License and insurance. I'm like, fuck, bro. So I handed him my license and insurance. He went back to the car. And then I seen another cop roll up. I'm like, oh, it's over. I handed him my phone and shit like that. I'm like, and keep in mind, I already had the money to pay him. I owe like $1,300 or something like that. And I'm like, they gonna have to catch me to get this money, like get this money I owe them. And sure enough, like I was on my way home to watch the game, but I ended up not even getting to see the game because I ended up going to jail that day. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't know how niggas do it, like how niggas go in and out of jail and do all that shit. Cause I was in there for I was in there for 9 hours, and that shit felt like forever. I'm like, I don't know how y'all niggas do it, bro. And so yeah, I went to jail and all that shit like that, and I went to jail and everything like that, and I went to jail and everything like that. See, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm thinking of other shit while trying to say this. So I went to jail, got that handle. I was able to get my license like later on, and I always tell my friends like, cause what I thought, nigga, if you got insurance, when they run your place, that's all they can see. So it turns out 2 weeks ago now, I was at this light, and I turned out from getting ice cream, and I seen this cop. I'm like, let me turn into this ice cream place. But no, I kept straight. I'm like, I'm down the street from the house. He pulled up behind me. We was at this long ass light. I see him on his computer. I'm like, I got insurance, so I'm good. But keep in mind, registration been out since November 2021. And I was telling my friend, like, literally the day before, oh, he was like, yeah, you got your insurance, registration? I'm like, fuck that shit, I don't need it. Like, they can't see that shit. And I got pulled over. He was like, yeah, your registration been out for a minute since November. I'm like, fuck, bro. They can see that shit too. And so keep a long story short, keep a long story long, or whatever, however the fuck that goes. I know he ended up giving me a warning, and then I ended up getting my registration and all that shit. And yeah, that's that. That's a story I didn't get to tell last week. We already at 26 minutes. I had some more stuff I wanted to talk about. Should I talk about it? Or just leave it here? Fuck it. No. I'm sorry. I honestly don't know what I want to do. Sorry. I could say like the next shit for the next episode and just leave this here and just leave it like that. Let me think. Fuck it, we'll talk about it. So I feel like a hamster on a wheel. I'm just running, like just doing shit without a purpose. Like, I feel like I have a purpose, but I have yet to go towards that. Like, I'm doing stuff, but I feel like the pay, even though I haven't been doing it long, I just feel like I don't see any progression in anything I'm doing. Like, and that's what I'm stuck in now. Like, I go to work and pay bills and be broke afterwards. And that's low key my fault, because, like, not to knock anyone else, like, but I can't. Okay, so I'm working like 3 days, like, a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, and 10-hour shifts. I finish my stuff in like 5 hours. I get paid for the whole 10 or whatever, and I cut my schedule down to 3 days. I told myself, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pick up some days, or I'm gonna pick up a day or two, fourth day like once out the month or whatever. But no, I fucking hate it, bro. I literally hate it, and I'm really making it hard on myself because I hate working that much. Like, I'm not gonna knock anyone if working like a regular job is your calling. By all means, you do that. But me, like, I feel like, not to sound arrogant or whatever, I feel like I'm too nice to be on someone else's time and working for someone. Like, y'all, like, those who watch the video, like, you see like what's behind me and everything. Like, I did all that, and like stuff all around this room. Like, it's crazy shit all around this room that I've done. I just gave myself a tattoo or whatever. Like, I should be doing something. Like, I feel like I got a sense of humor and all that shit like that. Like, I can't be on someone else's time. Like, I feel like my purpose is much bigger than that. And yeah, I be talking to people at work, and, well, my friends at work or whatever, and I just go quiet, and they be talking and everything like that, and I'm finding myself. Do y'all remember a couple episodes ago? I'm like, I can't. Like, I get irritated, like, trying to make them get it and understand. Since then, I've been doing like a great job of, like, I think it's just me. Like, it's most definitely just me, because I can't relate. I can't relate to them, bro. Like, they're still my niggas and everything, but the stuff they talk about, I can't relate. Like, they isn't, like, we're the same age, but we're in a different time in our life right now, and like, I just can't relate to them. So they often find me like going mute, like quiet and everything like that, and they like, "What's wrong with you?" or whatever. I just don't got nothing to say. I can't relate to y'all. Like, and for example, he act. Okay, I want to say something else before I say this. Hopefully, it comes back to me. But for example, one of my homies, he asked me. We were talking about one of his past relationships, and he was like, "So you telling me if you see?" He basically said, "I put my girl in check or whatever." Not to go too much in detail with it. Hopefully, I can get the point across by saying just a little bit of it. Um, he was like, "So you telling me if you see, like, say I follow his girl or whatever, and I follow him and his girl on like a social media platform or whatever, and she posts a Rod Wave. He said this happened, like she posted a Rod Wave lyric, was like, I'm tired of niggas, and he was like, what would you think about that? I'm like, I'm not gonna think nothing of it. He was like, and he just like, that's why I can't ask you all this shit like that. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I can't relate. Like, I'm not gonna try to decipher a cryptic message or whatever. And I'm like, and I start being very, very literal with him and why I can't see and why I wouldn't like. Well, he asked me, he was like, you wouldn't come to me and be like, damn, what you do to her? I'm like, no, because I don't care, nor like I'm not thinking too much into it. Like, I'm like, my headspace is not in the same space y'all in. Like, I don't take social media serious like that. I don't post my feelings or anything like that. He's like, yeah, you don't, but you can't. I'm like, you ask me what I think, and I can't answer that. Like, she said niggas ain't shit, and I started being very, very literal with him. She said niggas ain't shit. I just kept saying niggas, 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 niggas. She said niggas ain't shit, and so, with her saying niggas, it's an S at the end, so I'm not gonna decipher that cryptic message and pin it to you. I'm like, because she said niggas. Now she said that nigga ain't shit. Then, all right, y'all in a relationship, and she posted like a relationship quote or whatever like that. All right, then it's coming to you. But she said niggas ain't shit. So why would I bring that to you? And he made it seem like I was reaching. I'm like, well, that's just the way I think. So that's why when y'all talk about this stuff, I don't say anything because I can't relate. And another one, he was like, so if a nigga tag you in something going off and you don't know him, would you say something? I'm like, yeah, because he tagged me. I'm like, the only reason I'm going to address him if they tag me or whatever. He's like, that's weird. You don't even know him. He could probably tag you by accident. Well, if he did tag me on accident and I address it, that's on him for tagging the wrong person. He was like, that's weird. I'm like, I don't think that's weird because he specifically tagged me or whatever. But yeah, that's it on that. That last part I had to say. But anyways, yeah, I'm not in the same headspace as them, and like, I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to be a bad person and like stop talking to him. I'm not gonna stop talking, but like stop talking to him as much because I'm not gonna lie. I've been having shit to like. I've been doing the art and shit for a while. Like, I had a good thing, a good rhythm going, but like they tell me to get on the game, I drop everything, get on the game, and like I don't want to be that guy that, like, fuck up the runs or anything like that. But I gotta like get back to me, like, not no dissing to any of them like that. Like, I just gotta get back to doing me and like finding my person and working towards what I want to do. Because I can't see myself like doing that. I have this one friend who always bringing up a 401k. He was like, you don't want a job with like benefits. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't care for benefits because my plan is not to be here that long. Like, I don't plan on being here that long. But that's you. Then go for it. All best. Wish you the best and everything like that. But that's not my calling. I feel like now if it comes to that, all right. But until then, like, I gotta find me something to do because I can't be on that. Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, for years now. Like, I've been slacking. Like, I'm even slacking now. But at least I'm taking baby steps. I'm not going all in like 10,000 hours type shit. Like, fucking sleeping 3 hours, waking up, getting to like what I want to do. But I'm taking baby steps towards like this. Like, I've been doing this. Well, the first episode came out about a year ago. It wasn't consistent, but the shit was out. I'm taking baby steps towards something. And like that's all you can do. Like I said in the last episode, you just have to start somewhere. And none of this is like I had none of this in my notes or whatever. I'm just talking like it's taking me on other stuff. But yeah, like I just need to find my purpose in anything like that. And yeah, that's it with that. And all that shit. I even I got distance myself, but like I don't know how to do it in a way to make them feel like, oh, he's an asshole, like he's this nigga fake as fuck and all that shit like that. I don't know how to do it. Like I ain't gonna lie, like my phone been on D&D since yesterday, and like that was the most peaceful shit I ever got. Like I looked at my screen time yesterday, my shit was fucking 2 hours, and that's I think I'm gonna keep it like that. And I went on this little stretch where I like gave myself like this thing where I can give myself like limits on my apps or whatever. And so like all my social media shit, like I just get on and start browsing. I got an hour and 30 minutes to like throughout the day to be on that, and then like lock me out to the next day. So I'm back on that. So basically I'm got a prepaid phone, except for an hour and 30 minutes a day. And yeah, so that's it on that. Like I gotta go to work with them, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna call me, but I don't know if I want to talk today. Like, yeah, I just be in my own head thinking of where I want to go. But that I got another topic I want to talk about in the next episode, so I'm not gonna go into it here. But the last thing I want to ask, does money bring you guys happiness or whatever? All right, say you can have like, damn, how can I put this? And I don't know how I want to put this, so I might just leave it here until I figure out how to put this in the next episode. That's what I'm gonna do. Cause I don't know how to word this. Cause I wanted to go into like, I wanted to really be a good question that you guys had to come back to me with answers. So, since they're gonna be like, since it was like a little baby and Dirk debate at the beginning of the episode, we're gonna outro with Lil Dirk. I'll see you guys next week. I gotta get ready for work and all that shit like that. And so, yeah, man, I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, if you guys don't see me next week, I'll be back the week after that. I'm about to have when my guy gets in town, I'm gonna have my other guy on. We gonna have like a little guy talk or whatever, and we're like just fucking straight sports. That's all you're gonna hear that whole episode. So that's not for you. It ain't for you. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. So I'll see you guys next week. Blessings. Oh yeah, I'm still reading my book. I was on page 10 last time we talked. I'm on page 14. So I'm making progress. The problem with the book, like, I be thinking about other stuff while I'm reading, and I find myself, oh shit, I'm not paying attention. And I'm not paying attention. Now I gotta go back and read it all over again. So yeah, that's it on that. I'm gonna try to get to the book, deeper into the book, by the time we talk next week. But yeah, until then, I'll see you guys next week. You know what? Before I go officially, fuck what I said at the beginning of the episode about Lil Baby being better and all that shit like that. They're tied. They're tied as of now. Because I do like 72-20 better than My Turn. My Turn had a few more skips for me. And 72-20, I could play it all the way through with no skips. So yeah, until Lil Baby dropped his next album, it's tied until then. And yeah, that's my final take on that. And so yeah, man, we out. See you next week. Fuck, I want to say something inspirational right here, but I got nothing. All right, guys, see ya.